I mean, what I'm saying is if there's a team that maybe needs a catcher and, hey, he's a former 1-1 and all that other stuff, all right, well, give me, what's the righty's name that's outside of the top 5, that everyone talks about?
Thomas Harrington.
Give me Harrington. Yeah. Give me Harrington and Jung Ju Jae or whatever his name is, and throw in Henry Davis and we have a deal. Yeah, good. We'll put you in I will pay for their cab to wherever to get them there today. Let's make the deal, right?
Yeah, if it's a good player, yeah. I'm not making that deal for Taylor Ward.
Cody Bellinger.
About Bellinger? What's his contract? I haven't looked into him.
I'm just saying.
Know. I mean, what's that?
I'm just saying. I was just throwing out a name.
Yeah, I mean, if it's someone, I don't know. I mean, that's a deal where I don't know if a team wants that, and B, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what the Pirates.
I don't know that they do either. My point is, if it's a deal like that where you're dealing Harrington, your 16th prospect, and they say, all right, we'll throw Henry Davis in, we'll make it work. Yeah.
Bellinger's owed about $13 more million this year.
All right. Well, $13 million.
Is it a 1-year deal?
It's a 1-year, $30 million deal, a player option for 25 and 26.
There you have it.
Yeah, I don't think he would want to stay here. So I don't know if that's the deal I would make for him.
But what if it gets you over the top?
I get what you're saying, Paul. Right. If it's a player with multiple years of control that could come in and be your cleanup hitter for 25 and 26, then yeah, that's something you have to consider. Absolutely.
Well, I mean,
I think that the deal that you're talking about is more likely to be made in the offseason when all teams are open for trade discussion for long-term purposes, true baseball trades, as opposed to right now, everyone's just kind of lasered in on one way to make their team better. I think that we could see a deal like that in the offseason. I don't know if that's a possibility.
How about, I would say Randy or Rosarena, but he just got traded to the team they're playing, right? Or no, he got traded to Seattle last night, right?
Yes. As of this morning, he did.
He got traded.
So what about this, Noah? Ken Rosenthal late last night pulled out a story that the Pirates are scouting Marlins center fielder Jazz Chisholm, something that we kind of know, but also left fielder Bryan De La Cruz. Which one do you think would be more likely if the Pirates were to acquire one of them?
Probably De La Cruz. I haven't looked at his deal. Obviously, Jazz has attracted a lot more of attention here, and that's been the focus. But I mean, Jazz is an interesting case. I like the talent's there, but it's a lot of hype and not a lot of results. Like if you look at his numbers this year, he's just a league average player. So I don't think it would be worth giving up a huge prospect for just a league average player. As in Davis, but I think, yeah, you could throw in an Ashcraft and something along those lines, but I don't know what you're getting with Jazz Chisholm, point blank. I mean, this is a guy who's only played one full healthy season of baseball. It's a guy who's had an issue with getting along with his teammates, and I'm not sure that Pittsburgh would be an ideal place for him to want to come. So, I mean, if he wants to come here and he wants to play here, that's one thing, but do we know that for sure? That's something to be considered, because if he's not going to be happy here, then it's not worth going after him. But if he wants to come here, if he wants to play, and if he can keep healthy, then absolutely that would be a good acquisition to go after. But De La Cruz, I think, it's going to be a lesser cost, and I mean probably a lower ceiling, but potentially a higher floor. And that's the type of move I think they're looking at.
How about Brent Rooker?
Rooker makes no sense here, and that's just because he's a designated hitter. And if they already have a designated hitter, Rooker is a better designated hitter than Andrew McCutchen, but that's not an area they're looking to upgrade. And neither
you couldn't
McCutchen
play him in
or
right
Rooker
field.
should be playing. I wouldn't.
Okay.
I mean, these are he's a designated hitter. You don't require a designated hitter to come play in the outfield. He could occasionally, but I don't think that that's a guy you should depend on playing in the outfield for 60 games.